Hi there. I picked the topic of the problems with the euro just simply because it seemed like an interesting topic and it's one that I didn't know anything about, so I thought it'd be fun to find out. Right now, of course, the world economy is a huge issue, and the collapse of the euro would have an impact on all of us. So I investigated the history of the euro, what the status of the European Union is today, and tried to find out if any one country is at fault. So I'll share with you what I found. Okay, so following World War II, the European economy was in tatters. Many of the non-socialist European governments moved to link their economies, laying the foundation for what would become the European Union. This union started from 6 original members: Belgium, France, Italy, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, and West or Free Germany, and it was founded in 1951. The union meant that they hugely increased share in each other's infrastructure and cross-border trading, which helped these European states rapidly improve their economies. With the dissolution of the Eastern or Communist bloc around 1991, those countries who had been communist struggled to adopt the free market system and joined the European Union as a way of doing this with varying degrees of success. Today, according to Europa EU website, there are 27 members of the European Union. And the European Union is a means for the European countries to cooperate economically. So that's kind of what it is. Let's switch now to why the European Union is in economic trouble. According to the Eurozone forecast tables dated December 1st, 2012, the Eurozone economy contracted for the second time in a year, and the decline was driven by shrinking investment in government spending. The unemployment rate in the Eurozone also rose to 11.7% in October, which means that the number of people out of work rose by 173,000 because of a weakening economy across the region. Eurozone industrial production also fell to 2.5% in September, continuing a downward trend, and the prediction is that the production will continue to shrink. And also the European Central Bank held its key policy rate at a record low of 0.75% in December, with a weakening economy and slowing inflation. It seems clear to me that the European Union is struggling. So I wanted to look at why, and if there's a fault, whose is it? Aditya Chakraborty, in his August 2012 article, What is the number one problem economy in Europe, explains why people are pointing their finger at Germany as the cause of this problem. And he explains it like this: Germany's economy was the best in the European Union before the breakup of the Eastern Bloc and the reunification of East and West Germany. At that time, Germany was a land of industrial miracle and social equality, where factory workers drove Mercs, and top politicians thought nothing of attacking the locust financiers who were coming in after the Eastern Bloc countries. If anything, Germany's stock has risen even further since then, because in the European Union, they're the country that has powered out a recession, and their chancellor, Angela Merkel, has gained the whip hand in sorting out the continent's debt crisis. The problem with this, according to Chakraborty, is that Germany's way of doing business has vastly changed in the past 15 years, since the Eastern Bloc broke up. First, unification, then privatization of state-owned utilities, and finally, out-and-out deregulation of labor markets have left their workers worse and worse off. In fact, they have the lowest income per capita in the European Union. But instead of taking care of their internal economic problems, in the first decade of the 21st century, German banks were only too happy to shovel credit to the southern European countries, such as Greece, that couldn't really afford to buy all this stuff. So in effect, they were shoveling their money out with no hope of getting it back in return, and Chakraborty calls that blowing the bubbles that popped up in the rest of Europe. Okay, so it's all kind of confusing, but this is what I've learned. two conclusions seem pretty certain to me. First, the problems of the Eurozone are way bigger than a few small countries that spent too much. And second, Germany isn't really a good model of how to manage a sound, socially just economy. Unfortunately, if the euro crashes as predicted, it will have effects here in the United States and throughout the world. Thankfully, there are many economists in the European Union and around the world who are working to fix the euro before this happens. Let's hope they get it done. Thank you.